Now let me tell you about different levels of spiritual understanding, seeing the things as they are. There are people who are totally blind, and there are people who are awakened to some point, and there are people who are fully enlightened. And now a blind person will never understand the one who is more awakened within himself. It is not intellectual knowledge, it is rather your growing up within, your awakefulness, your awareness. So the thing that in the past it used to make me sad, that people read scriptures like Bible, Vedas and Bhagavad Gita, and they pretend that they understand everything that is written there. And we have a lot of interpretators of those scriptures. We have a lot of people who claim that they know what Christ meant, what Buddha was talking about Krishna, about. They pretend that they understand everything. But when you see they are totally blind within, and they just don't understand what it is all about. Because in order to understand what Christ meant, you have to become a Christ. You have to reach that consciousness, that stage of awakefulness, if you want to understand fully. Let me give you an example. I like to give this example. Well, now that you're grown up, I think you are adults, and you know what sex is, isn't it? You have experience of sex, and you know that it is a very wonderful feeling. I indeed think that sex is a very wonderful thing. So, and you are trying to tell a little boy of, let me say, 6 years old, you're trying to tell that boy what sex is. Now that the boy is playing with his toys, his cars, it is interesting for him. And you come to him and say, wow, I've just discovered something, sex, and you're trying to tell him how wonderful, how great it is. But do you think that this child will understand you? He will not. You can talk for hours, explain to him what sex is and how much, wonderful it is, all of those things. But even if he tries, that little boy, to understand, he will not understand. Because now what is interesting for him is, the toys, all of those games, and he has to grow up. He can't understand what sex is. It is impossible, totally impossible for him to understand sex. He has to grow up to reach that stage where he can enjoy sex. And it is, in this way, it is with spiritual awakening. The one who is more awakened, he will always understand the one who is less awakened. Because you can understand a little boy that is playing with his car, because because you have experienced that thing, because that is your past. You have grown up from that. But the person who is spiritually lower, less awakened, he will not understand the one who is more awakened. And now, when I see philosophers or religious leaders talking and arguing, discussing among themselves about what is reality, what is God, and what is love, it feels like to watch two little boys of 6 years old arguing between themselves what is sex. One boy says, sex is this, sex is this. Another boy says, no, sex is this. But you see that, none of them knows what it is. They are very far from that. They have to grow up. They just can't understand what it is all about.